fishing takes on a whole new meaning when you put your rod and reels down and pick up a 20-foot fiberglass pole with a 3-prong gig on the end of it. Tonight, David will be gigging flounder with Captain Red of the NightStalker Guide Service in Rockport, Texas.
Tonight on the Outdoor Chronicles, we've hung up our rod and reels and we've picked up a little gigging pole. We're going to go for some big flounder right in Rockport, Texas with Captain Red of the NightStalker. And we're going to see if we can find us some saddle blankets.
We'll find some out here in this sand and in these lakes, the mouth of these lakes. They're out here. We just got to put the boat on top of them, and you got to put them in the boat.
Hey, let's get them.
Let's go for it.
We got
should get clear right up here. No.
So, Red, let's have the flounder gigging 101 here.
Okay, Dave. The first thing that I always stress to people is do not panic, do not rush, don't get in a big hurry. Okay. What you want to do is once we see a flounder, you want to try to pick out where his head is and where his tail is. And the reason for that is real simple. You want to try to pop that flounder right around the gills, right, somewhere behind the eyes. You don't mess up the meat, first of all, and that's the hardest part of their body, and that way they don't get off when you try to swing them in the boat.
Okay. I noticed, too, we didn't have any barbs on this. Why do you don't have any barbs on here?
Well, barbs used to be illegal. Heck, to be perfectly honest, I don't know if they are still illegal or not, okay? But it tears the fish up real bad, extremely hard. You got to get down there sometimes with your feet, step on them, and try to pull them off, and it's just much faster and easier, you know, when we get going and we pull into a little pocket and there's 3 or 4 fish in one pocket. You got to be able to get them little suckers off the gig fast and turn around and pop another one.
Okay, so we've got the head, we've got the tail. We get down, we get them, we gig them.
What you want to do when we do see a flounder is you want to pick out where his head is, where his tail is, and then kind of line up on him, and you want to step down on him, not out at an angle. Because sometimes if you don't hit him exactly right, you'll just shove that flounder, and you won't get him. But step down on top of him, okay, right behind the eyes, somewhere right around the gills, hardest part of the body, and then just swing them down the side of the boat, up and in, and flop them in the box, and just turn around, and hopefully there'll be another one right in front of you.
I noticed, too, the box that you have rigged up there, that's specifically designed for this, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. I mean, at nighttime, it is very important to have everything designed properly so that you don't have to be getting up and down all the time and fighting to try to get these fish off and things of this sort.
Red, we're leaving this area right here because the water was too murky for us?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to head down here about 2 or 3 miles or so, about 10 minutes or so, and the water should be real clear down there. It should be real sandy down there.
I guess when doing this kind of gigging at night, clear waters is an absolute must.
You can't hit them if you can't see them.
If you want to try to do some nighttime gigging, you got to have the proper equipment. Red's got his boat set up specifically for gigging flounder at night. If you want to come out and do some spotlighting, you better know what you're doing because you can get some trouble real quick.
Dave, it's real important, especially if you're going to be out here at night, to have everything rigged out so that it's all functional and it's very easy to, it's like my underwater lights. You know, this little rope I've got down here and stuff, I can pull these lights up real fast if I need to. You're cruising along, you run into a pipe. You run into a pole from a duck blind. There's a crab trap right in front of you. It's not a good idea to be wrapping your underwater lights around a pole, okay? So you got to be able to get them out of the water real quick. When you're running from one spot to the next, you got to be able to get these things up and have them secure so they're not bouncing around. That way the elements don't break. There's a lot to this as far as getting things rigged up properly. Your topwater lights, you know, I use 12-volt incandescent lights. I don't use halogens. The reason for that is real simple. Halogen is very bright, but it kicks back a lot of reflection off of the surface. After you do this 2 or 3 nights, it starts burning your eyes. So I use the incandescents. It's a softer light, and I can't tell hardly any difference. So, you know, the lights are extremely important. You know, you got a throttle, you know, right here in the front for the air motor. You got steering for the air motor up here. You got a seat to sit on so that it doesn't tire you out all night long. But you can sit up here all night long, run this little throttle and use the steering, and you can run from little sand pocket to sand pocket to sand pocket, and you can put people on fish without a great deal of effort. It's pretty neat. I enjoy it.
A nighttime hunt for big flounder can be an absolute blast. So give Captain Red a call at the NightStalker Guide Service in Rockport, Texas, and check it out. On the water, under the moon, gigging for saddle blankets. This is living Gulf Coast style.